Okay, so this teaching is called Truth Notes, and I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Easy peasy. Get some sticky notes, get a package of index cards, pad of paper. It just doesn't matter. Um, Although I will say that there are some, dollar store or, local craft stores or whatever that have really cute sticky notes. They're like in different shapes or, whatever. But put them on your dresser, put them where you're going to see them on a regular basis. Maybe you sit down and write them all out, flip them and keep writing it so you have a stash and then put them where your child can see it. Um, I really, really want to tell you how important this is that children are hearing the truth of who they are from their father. This is an absolute lifeline. Um, yes, super, super essential. One time we were driving down from Northern California down to Sacramento, so we have maybe like a 3 hour drive. And I got the idea to give each of the kids a stack of sticky notes and then, colors, markers, whatever. And I said, for a portion of the drive down, I want you to hear from the Lord, ask Jesus how he feels about the person that you're writing, on the note. And it doesn't always have to be so overly spiritual. Sometimes it's just, I see you, I love you, I care about you. And so they wrote them on the card. They worked really hard on them. And then we showed up at this parking lot and I let my kids loose and I said, peel off one of the sticky notes and go put it on, like the driver's side door on their window. And then when they did that, they had the blast. I was throwing them all over the cars. And then we had them jump back in the car and we parked off to the side and we were watching as all of these people came out of the stores. And most of the people bursted into tears. Most of the people, a lot of people grabbed their selfie and you could, their quick phone and taking a selfie or putting it on social media or sharing it. A lot of times people would come to the door and they'd be like, you just said that. We just needed that. There wasn't anybody that was flippant about their response or their reaction to getting these truth notes. What does that tell me? The world is starving. It's starving to hear truth notes. And fathers, you are the prime, the king of the hill. You are the absolute alpha in being able to communicate this to your children. Wouldn't be surprised if a lot of your kids kept the notes and their little keepsakes and kept them as a collection of dad. Sometimes we just expect mom to do this a little bit more, and sometimes it's more easier or fluid for mom to do it. Hey, if you struggle with this, dad, because of your own journey or whatever, and it wasn't modeled for you, don't let that hinder you. Sit down with your wife and say, "Can you help me? Together, can we come up with these cards?" But then let it be in your writing, and let it be something that is coming from you. I want to leave you with a really quick testimony. I have a friend who had a bunch of daughters, and his daughters, became teenagers, and one of the daughters started to really struggle, and she was, kind of getting into the wrong crowd, and she was just not making good choices, and they just felt like she was just slipping away. And his dad was really desperate, and he's like, "What do I do?" And God said, "Speak truth into her and just love her." Come on, you guys, love is powerful. Love casts out, but it has to be love in a language that the child can hear, and it has to be a tangible love. It has to be a love with a verb, not just in my heart. And so he would write most days, like with her lipstick. She was really into makeup and all that stuff. And so he'd write on the bathroom mirror, "I love you. You're worthy. You're mine. Have a great day. Thinking of you." Every day it was a different message. And she would get mad and she would roll her eyes and she's like, "Stop it. And I don't want you to use my makeup for that. And why do you have to be so whatever? And don't do that anymore." And constant pushback. And he just got thick skin and he was like, "Nope, nope. As long as you're acting unlovable, I'm going to go after you with love." And so it went on for almost a year. And unfortunately, she was killed in a car accident. And that was hard. That was really, really hard. And he went into her room one day and found her journal. And her journal was saying how much she valued and appreciated, how much her dad's words made her cry, how much she thought about her dad's words throughout the day, how much they ministered to her. But she wasn't showing any of that on the outside. She was showing completely the opposite. She was in self-protection mode. She knew her behavior and her choices were wrong, and there was a conviction. So she had to fight her dad in order to maintain her lifestyle and the things that she was doing. So she would communicate that to him, but deep down she was a little girl that was receiving from her daddy. And isn't he ended up writing a book about it, but isn't that the most amazing thing to not for dads not to just judge it based on your child's reaction, but you're judging it because Father God is love. And you on earth have the opportunity, the privilege, the honor of modeling and communicating that love to your children, whether they deserve it or are acting deserving, appropriate, or even giving you healthy feedback. And so, yeah, have fun with these truth notes. And again, this is one of those teachings that it's not a one and done. You don't just get through a package of sticky notes or do 5 and call it a day. They need it over and over and over and over and over again throughout their whole life. And it's a real strong assignment that you guys have, but it's doable, and it will reap profound rewards and fruit down the road. So be blessed by that.